I'm Marian Bennett. I've been a realtor since 2003. Welcome to the Miramar Neighborhood. Miramar is a neighborhood that's about 2.5 to 3 miles north of downtown Half Moon Bay on both the east side and the west side of Highway 1. One of our roles is gathering all the facts that are important to a buyer. We don't want to assume anything. I've learned a lot about neighborhoods by talking to the people in the neighborhoods. The neighbors will tell you exactly what's going on in the neighborhood, and they're happy to do it.
Miramar has areas that are developed with sidewalks and roads and other areas that aren't, like Marauder Road. There are no street lights and no sidewalks, but it adds to the feeling, the community. We're really happy here.
There's also a great neighborhood. We know many, if not all, of our neighbors.
We have great neighbors. There are retired couples, there are young children, lots of dogs, lots of cats.
I tell people who come here to the cafe and the nursery that they're fortunate because they've finally discovered the epicenter of the universe.
Mike and Terry live over in that gray house. Chris and Laura are over here. I've got Connie here. Behind me we've got Beverly. Chris and Joe are over here. These are our neighbors. We actually know them, we like them. We have many block parties and celebrations throughout the year.
Miramar is a very creative area to live. It kind of encourages creativity, and I think it draws creative people.
Miramar is the kind of place that isn't really for everyone. It's personal, it's neighborly, interactive, and it's really a lot about enjoying the environment and the setting.
We were warned when we moved to Half Moon Bay that you're not going to want to live there. It's foggy all the time. It is foggy often, but we love it. Actually, it's nice and cool. And when it's sunny here, it is spectacular. So we get the foggy days, the sunny days, the stormy days. We really like it a lot.
The fog rolls in off of the sea. We hear the foghorn in Princeton.
It's also got a little microclimate going here called the Banana Belt, and we think we get a little more sun than anybody else on the coast.
If you talk to people on the coast, the first place that the sun typically comes out on the coast side is Miramar. The valley that goes up to the east side tends to draw warm air, and it tends to push the fog out right here.
One of the challenging parts about living on this side of the highway is getting across the highway in the morning on the way to school or on a nice weekend. But actually what I find is when the traffic is the heaviest, people are the kindest.
The situation on the coast side is difficult because everything that we have follows Highway 1.
Miramar is very close to the city. I can get to downtown San Francisco in a half an hour, and now that we have the tunnel, we will have more carefree travel to the city. We don't have to worry about the slide being out. So the commute time is pretty good for most people.
There are a lot of local people that get involved in private schools. We've always supported the public school system here, the Cabrillo Unified School District.
It's a wonderful place for children. This El Granada School is nearby.
I know we've heard lots of great things about the school system.
We have 3 kids that all went to El Granada Elementary School, which is just right through the woods over there. When they were old enough, they would ride their bikes to school.
So you could actually walk your child to school. We did that with our son.
All 3 graduated from Half Moon Bay High School. They're all doing very well in their lives. They've all completed college education, and they're all gainfully employed in the economy of Northern California.
I was involved with the parent groups all the way through, volunteered in the classrooms. I cannot say enough about the schools here and the people who work in the schools.
There's been tremendous amount of private fundraising on the coast, which has really bolstered and improved the school system. And I think that your children, our children, can do anything that they want. That school can offer them anything that they can get somewhere else in the world. But the thing that this school can offer them is fresh air and wonderful water quality and a tremendous community.
I could not have asked for more than we got with the Cabrillo Unified Schools.
I think people who live here really appreciate nature.
It really was the natural beauty of the ocean that attracted us to this area. Just the feeling and the ambiance and the energy of nature and the ocean really make it an attractive place.
I live right on the ocean here. I mean, we see dolphins all the time, and the whales come right into the breakwater. So there's no end of natural phenomenon happening, whether it's the beauty of the garden. We have hummingbirds and hawks and owls, and then we have the whales, the dolphins, all the sea creatures. Gardening here is really pleasurable. You're out. The environment lends itself to gardening.
Last night when I went to get the mail, I was noticing that I could hear the cows in the pasture next door, I could hear the birds flying by, and I could hear the frogs. And I thought, how many other neighborhoods can you hear all of those things going on as you're walking down the street to get the mail at 6 o'clock at night? It's one of the things we love about living here.
We can make a left and be on the beach in about 2.5 minutes, and that's pretty cool. And many times you walk along that beach and you feel like it's your own private, secluded beach. And that's pretty cool too.
We have the Bach Society here on the street. We have had history of every major jazz player has performed there. So you have the best of the world. And that really shapes the community too, is the music, the artistry, the people who are attracted to this community. Miramar sits in the center of our bike path. You can go all the way to the north. You can also get on your bike and go to Half Moon Bay.
That we have trails just right here, right out the door, that go up into the mountains behind us. And that's really fun. You don't have to drive anywhere to get there. You can hike for miles and miles.
We have bed and breakfast. We have places to stay. We have hotels. We have restaurants. We have the Miramar restaurant. It's a speakeasy, so it has a great history. It's a fun place to go and have a drink, watch the sunset.
It's been a great place to raise the kids, youth activities, the sports for the kids.
I would recommend that you ride the coastal trail and understand how easy it'll be for your children to actually go to school on a bike if they want to, for you to go shopping if you want to, or go out to dinner.
So in Half Moon Bay we have wonderful shopping. We have the traditional Safeway shopping, and then we have New Leaf, which is a natural, everything is organic, it's all local.
You can buy fish fresh off the boats, crabs fresh off the boats. You can catch your own fish in the ocean if you have a mind to.
We've got most everything here, I think. When we moved here, we were told that we were going to go over the hill for doctor's appointments and vet appointments and all of that. And it's really all here.
We try to buy coastal, as has been suggested, as often as possible.
My recommendation is to kind of make a decision if you're a gardening type person or if you're a beach type person. And I think it's a little bit harder to garden on the beach side, a little bit easier on the east side, a little more protected.
There are so many different neighborhoods on the coast. Probably a good idea to visit all of them. Go to the local coffee places. There are so many of those on the coast, and each one has its own character, its own personality.
I just think it's a great place to visit.
So much of Miramar just speaks for itself.